beautiful as ever.
How'd you get into lucid dreams, and how does that whole thing work?
I don't know how I got into lucid dreams. I think I just read something online that talked about conscious dreaming, just the concept of being awake in your dreams. And I was a teenager at the time. Like, I'd never even, like, I've dreamed my whole life. Like, and from a very young age, I was writing down my dreams because they were just so crazy. I'd go on crazy adventures. And somebody told me when I was really young that if I write down all my dreams and I fill up a journal, I'll have a really cool book of all my dreams someday. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So I would do that, and then I became aware of the concept or the perspective of being awake while dreaming, and it just completely blew my mind. I was like, what? You can, like, be conscious while being asleep? And it just, like, I don't know, just kind of, like, shook me in a weird way, and I started researching it more, and I started looking into performing reality checks, which is where you ask yourself if you're dreaming when you're not dreaming. So, like, right now, I'd be like, am I dreaming? I don't think so. Another good thing to do is to, like, ask yourself how you got here, because typically in a dream you don't remember arriving there. You're kind of just, like, thrown into a situation. So I do that, and I would do that, like, several times a day. I would even take a Sharpie and put, like, a mark on my hand, and every time I saw the mark, I would do a reality check or, like, set alarms on my phone, and, like, several times a day, just question reality, just contemplate if anything looks weird. And when you're dreaming, if you ask yourself if you're dreaming, or if you ask yourself how you got somewhere, or if it seems weird, it'll just be different. Like, how did I get here? Like, I have no fucking idea how I got here. And that's, like, kind of a trigger. Like,
then
just,
you realize
I just questioned reality enough, and then I would, while I was sleeping, I would ask myself if I was dreaming. I'd realize I was dreaming. I'd get really excited. And the first time that I ever became lucid, I got so excited that I just, like, watched the dream just, like, deteriorate. Like, the floor of the dream fell out. And I just, like, woke up in my bed, and I was like, whoa. And I learned online that you have to learn to stay calm and stay focused, because if you get too excited, you're just going to wake yourself up.
Really?
And I just started exploring, going deeper and deeper into what was possible in my dreams, and I created, like, a bucket list for dreaming. There's, like, things that I wanted to do, and there's things that I still want to do. And one of the things was I wanted to be able to make objects change with my hands or with my thoughts. And I was in a dream. I still vividly remember this. And a car was driving by, and I knew I was dreaming. And I was like, and I went like that, and the car flipped and, like, crashed and exploded.
Like,
and it was so loud, and it was so gnarly. And it was like, I don't know, when you're dreaming and you're lucid dreaming, like, you're actually there. Like, there's nothing that, like, it's not any different than what we're doing right now, except for the only limits in your dreams are the limits that you create in your head. So one of the other big goals that I had was to fly. I really wanted to fly in my dream. But, like, if I stand up right now and I try to fly off the ground, it's not going to work. And I will never be able to convince myself that it's possible, because it's not. But, like, if you, while you're dreaming, can just take something that's impossible and know that it's possible, if you can convince yourself that you can fly in your dream, it's weird. Half the time I can, and half the time I can't. Like, half the time I'll, like, be light and I'll feel, like, less weight, but, like, I'll jump and I'll, like, kind of like moon jump. Like, I won't actually fly. But, like, there's just some times where I just have, like, the free perspective that, like, I can just see myself floating and I just feel weightless. Like, it's a hard perspective to acquire, to allow yourself to be okay with, like, yourself flying. Like, it's just, it's like, because it's not something people think about.
Step out
it's
of
not,
the norm.
yeah, you don't, like, I can't fly. Like, people don't fly. Like, if you can, like, if you can purely see it in your head and you can see yourself flying when you're dreaming, just start flying. And I would just fly around and just, like, it's the most free, like, craziest feeling ever. But you know what's cooler than flying is breathing underwater. That is the craziest lucid dreaming experience I've ever had in my entire life, is knowing that I'm dreaming and swimming underwater and knowing that
You can't drown surfing
I
Mavericks.
can't drown. Exactly. I've made waves come out of the ocean. I've surfed the biggest waves that I've ever seen while lucid. I'll get into more stuff that I've done in my dreams that kind of relate back to reality in a second. But God, it's just it's absolutely mind blowing.
So is it like you, when you're awake, you make it a habit of asking yourself if you're dreaming, so that it becomes such a habit?
You just have to contemplate dream perspectives, like how you just have to see yourself lucid dreaming. You have to see yourself in a dream, consciously aware that you're dreaming. You have to create that perspective in your head. Like, I am a firm believer that, like, us as humans, like, our minds are capable of things that, like, people can't even comprehend. Like, I think that, like, everyone's, like, kind of connected, and, like, I don't know, you can feel people's energy. Like, it's like when you know what somebody's going to say before they say it. It's just like an intuitive thing. Oh, man. Just the whole topic. I kind of have been off of it for a little while, but I still dream like, every single night I have crazy dreams. Most of the time they're just dreams that I, like, thoroughly enjoy. I haven't been lucid as much lately, but one of the ways that I have been becoming lucid is by having nightmares, because if something terrible is happening in a dream, like super terrible, I question reality. And I realize when something like if somebody's holding a gun, or like you have just crazy nightmares, you know, people have nightmares, always go lucid, because I always realize that it's a dream. I've actually had dreams where people are chasing me with guns. It's like the scariest situation you can ever imagine, because you're about to die, or so you think. And it's like, wait, this is a dream. This isn't actually happening. Turn around, guy with the gun, take the gun from him. He goes, here you go. It's your dream now. I just start flying, start doing whatever I want. But what's crazy about dreams is it's really hard to take information from, like, reality into the dream world. Most of the time, like, dreams are emotions and perspectives and situations, you know? Like, a dream doesn't have to be a place, and it doesn't have to be a conversation. It can be a feeling, you know? Like, you have dreams that are scary. You have dreams that are, like, about love. You have dreams that are happiness. You have dreams that are, like, about fear. Like, there's a whole bunch of different types of, like, dreams. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a place or a conversation. It can be just, like, strictly a feeling. And it can almost always be equated to something that happened to you in real life. Like, I've had dreams where, like, there was a dream, I was at Gasparilla, and some lady, like, fell off the side of one of the drawbridges. She was, like, trying to climb down, and she fell, and, like, we had all these people, like, helping lift her up. And then, like, it was either the next night or a couple nights later, I, like, had another dream that it was, like, a similar situation where I was, like, helping somebody, like, out of some, like, place. But when I thought about at Gasparilla, and when I thought about it in the dream, it was like the same exact situation. So, like, you ever hear somebody say sleep on it? It's like, yeah, well, if you haven't made your mind up on this, you should probably just sleep on it. It's because your brain goes through everything that happened the day before while you're asleep. Your mind is subconsciously processing every conversation, every interaction, everything that happened to you that day. So, like, if you surf all day, you're probably going to have dreams about surfing. If you golf all day, you'll probably
sleep better than I've ever slept in my life.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get too exhausted too, you won't have as vivid of dreams because you're, like, so deep in your subconscious. But oh man, I could talk about dreaming forever. That's one of the most fascinating things ever. But, like, I was talking about breathing underwater. Like, there was, like, this bridge, right? And on each side of the bridge, there's, like, crystal clear, like, streams, and it's almost like a giant, like, concrete structure, but it's, like, indoor and outdoor. It's not like I'm inside of a place. It's like I'm inside of, like, a old structure on the side of a river, like in a jungle somewhere, and there's these crystal clear streams, and there's all these underwater caves, and, like, all the caves are, like, well lit, and, like, when you swim down in a cave, it opens up to this giant room, and there's all these fish and everything, and I'm lucid, and I jump in the water, and I, like, you know, you get that tightness feeling in your chest. I was just like, this is a dream. Like, there's nothing that can hurt me here. I can swim underwater, and I should be able to be relieved. Like, because I've had dreams where I'm breathing underwater, but I just feel myself breathing in my bed. It's, like, not like I'm actually breathing in the dream. I can feel, like, myself laying in my bed, and I feel myself, like, breathing in reality. But, like, I'm holding my breath in the dream, but I'm still, like, feeling my chest being relieved. And then there's other lucid dreams where I'm in the water and I know that I'm dreaming, and I open my mouth and I, like, breathe in water, and I feel like the cold water fill up my lungs, and it relieves me. Like I don't choke. Like I feel relieved, and I'm just like breathing in this. It's like it like goes from being like heavy, thick water to like it feels like cold air almost, you know. But like perspectives in your dreams can shift so quickly because like it is an imprint of your subconscious mind. It's not actually like a real place. Like what's crazy about lucid dreaming is you have to maintain your focus on the fact that you're lucid, or else you'll get distracted and you'll snap back into a dream. Like I never ever remember a lucid dream ending. I just continue dreaming, you know, unless I wake up. But like oh man, it's interesting. It's like
it's so sick.
It's so gnarly. Like I think it's something everyone should take some time and learn about because it has absolutely changed my life. Like in a small way would be I was lucid at IRB skate park. In my dream, I knew that it was a dream and I'm at the skate park and I suck at going front side on the rail. Like I'd never done frontside 50-50s before. And I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. Like I can't get hurt. Drop in, grind across the whole thing, do it a couple times, start skating, start shredding. And I woke up and I was like, damn, like that was so easy. Went straight to the skate park, dropped in, 50-50 grind frontside, first try. I'd never done it before besides in my dream, but the dream gave me the confidence that I needed and the perspective to where like I went in person and did it like unimaginably better than I would have if I didn't have that dream. Like it wasn't even a question that the dream helped me. Like the dream is the reason why I landed that trick. And there's all of the most like the smartest minds like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein and Neil deGrasse Tyson, like they're all lucid dreamers. They all talk about lucid dreaming.
Do they really?
Yeah. Yeah, look up like Albert Einstein. Look up famous lucid dreamers on Google. Maybe there'll be a list of people that might pop up. Yeah,
first one is like Tim Dillon and Alex Jones.
Bill Clinton.
Oh, crazy.
Oh man, Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, Leonardo DiCaprio, Stephen King.
Yep.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's
why I'm telling you, a lot of that sounds just like that Inception.
Inception is about lucid.
That's
it's
what
a movie about lucid
It's the
dreaming.
same way with
and
like
after
the
you have this
floor falling
conversation,
out
like rewatch that movie and think about being lucid. It's like a dream inside a dream.
Stephen King, I gotta discredit him because he wrote his best books while he was doing mountains of cocaine at the same time.
Why would that discredit him?
I don't know.